finest Disney characters. Now, we all grew up watching Disney, whether you watched movies with your family on Saturday nights or you were catching up daily with some shows like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse right before you went to elementary school. Personally, some of my favorite Disney shows to watch were shows like Gravity Falls and Phineas and Ferb, or even movies like The Lion King and Aladdin. But it's safe to say that Disney has always been part of my childhood. But it wasn't just the stories or animation that stuck with me, but it was the rush of dopamine I felt when characters like this would pop up. I don't care what anybody says. Watching this scene on the television screen deadass made me fall head over heels for this animated character. And it wasn't just like this for her. There were so many fine Disney animated characters to me. Even now I still appreciate their beauty. Like this one time, I was watching The Incredibles as a kid. And as a kid, we all wished we had superpowers. Maybe flight so we could soar the world, super strength so we could be the strongest on earth, super speed so we could be a living Flash, especially invisibility so we could get away with robbing a bank, or living another fantasy. Now, watching this movie, I played and acted out a couple of scenes. For example, I threw pillows and clothes around the room so I could be like Mr. Incredible. Ran circles and circles to be like Dash. Covered myself in a blanket to play out Violet. But when Elastigirl came on, you really would have thought I had her power the way my... No, but for real, I just couldn't get enough of Elastigirl whenever she showed up. And her abilities were top tier too. Aside from being able to stretch, she was also extremely flexible. And if you search her up on the internet, she's one of the many Disney characters with not so Disney results. But she was beautiful altogether. And I felt the same way when I was watching this other movie, Lilo and Stitch. Watching this movie at first, I didn't really know what to expect about the adventures of a little girl with a space alien. But whenever Nani popped up on the screen, I was mesmerized with them thick thighs. Especially during the beach scenes. She had your boy wishing I could surf, or even swim to be honest. Knowing damn well if I ever jumped into a body of water, I'd probably drown 3 feet in. Throughout the whole movie, it was impossible to not be jealous of Stitch too. Every other scene, he was hugging on Nani. It's always the tiny defenseless ones that get the most love from the beautiful woman. The thing I always found funny about Disney movies though, is that the finest character ends up falling in love with an animal. Princess Tiana fell in love with the frog, Belle fell in love with the beast, Jane fell in love with the monkey. I mean, the cycle just never ends. But to be honest, I never really had a type when it came to Disney crushes. It's just whoever I found cute at the moment. And this one character specifically had me in a chokehold. If you've ever watched Kim Possible, it wasn't just the main character that was fire. The intro was fire too, and it had me singing every time it came on.
Oh yeah. I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world. You can't stop me 'cause I'm Kim Possible.
But this one character was the best part of the whole show. I knew I had a problem when I preferred her over Kim Possible. It's not that I like goth girls more, they were just more attractive to me at the time. This is a trend that grew more popular in me as I grew up too, like with Gwen from Total Drama Island or Raven from Teen Titans. Something was different with Shigo and I was all for it. The thing is, the whole show she spent chasing and drilling after this one goofy, when she should have been with a real nigga like me. We could have been the best villains and an even better couple, and I would have folded every time we made eye contact. Shigo was definitely one of the most badass characters of the show, and definitely one of the finest Disney characters in my book. Everything aside, I truly loved Disney movies and shows as a kid. They helped shape my character, especially my childhood. Not everybody had the chance to watch movies with their family or even have cable in general. So for this, I was truly blessed. And even now, I'm sure to watch new Disney movies when they come out. Overall, Disney is full of attractive characters of all genders. But since this is from my perspective, these are just the finest animated characters to me. But the moral of the story is, it don't matter if she an animated character. If she thick, she thick.